Back in 1999, there was a study completed where it took a group of people and tested their intelligence. Here's what they found. The bottom quartile of people consistently rated themselves in the top third. Meanwhile, the top quartile of people consistently underrated their performance. Socrates once said, "The more I know I know nothing." Aristotle once said, "The more you know you don't know." The dumbest people always overestimate their ability. Meanwhile, the smartest people consistently underrate their performance or doubt themselves because they feel as though tasks that they complete are equally easy to anybody else in that given room. I've spoken to over 300 millionaires in the last 12 months, and there is a common trait that almost every single one of them, unless they got freakishly lucky, every single one of them consistently share this trait. They never walk into a room thinking that they are the smartest in that room. You know what they do instead? They walk into that room thinking, I am nowhere near the smartest person in this topic. I may be good, but there is always someone better. And now that doesn't downplay somebody's ability, but what it does do is puts you in a mindset of constant learning. And when you lose that mindset, when you feel as though you know everything, you completely destroy your ability to succeed and grow. You give everybody else the opportunity in any given room to beat you, because you know what you've done? You've given yourself a ceiling. Now, why am I even sharing this in the first place? And honestly, I felt as though I needed to sit down and share this because it's been on my mind for a little bit now. And I'm gonna be completely transparent and as raw and unfiltered as possible. And first off, tell you that not too long ago, I went through a rut. And when I mean a rut, I mean a terrible, terrible rut. I wasn't closing deals. I wasn't being able to make connections. I felt extremely terrible mentally. I wasn't taking care of myself, and I constantly felt inflated in my ego. You might be on a path of success. You might be doing exceptionally well. You finally cracked that first goal of yours, and you're looking for that next level. But before you reach that next level, you have that high. You have that level that says, I'm the best because I achieved this. And I'm gonna share from personal experience that when you achieve that and you get to that level, you need to get out of that mindset as fast as possible, because I didn't. And what that did to me is it completely killed my ability to grow. I was no longer growing my book of business, wasn't closing deals, I wasn't making as much money as I should have, I wasn't feeling fulfilled in what I was doing, and quite honestly, I felt like a dick to others. Now, instead of internalizing that and feeling that I'm at the wrong here, what I did is I actually blamed everyone else. I blamed everything around me. Leads aren't good, management isn't great, deals aren't closing because our product isn't great, or maybe I'm just not cut out for it. And throughout this entire process, I stopped learning. Everything in my life felt as though it was on pause. And when it was on pause, I felt extremely stressed. I'm not trying to say, woe me. I'm just trying to share from personal experience that there is a set mindset once you reach certain thresholds of success that you need to get out of as fast as possible, because they will kill your success. And I see it way too many times with the people that I speak to where, hey, I finally cracked 100K month. I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm the greatest. Nobody else can beat me. And then guess what happens next month? They go down. Or I finally cracked 500K. Or, hey, I finally closed my first big deal. And guess what? The next 10, they don't. Right? And there's a reason for that. It's because in here, this is controlling everything that you do. When you feel as though you're on top of the world and nobody can beat you, you are the best. Everyone else is climbing Mount Everest while you're climbing the hill. Just recently, I closed one of the biggest partnership deals that I've ever closed. Tens of millions of dollars a month. And in the company that I work with, that's a really big deal, right? The whole reason why this happened is because I killed that mindset, that feeling as though I'm the best. Because what was stopping me from closing this deal 3 months prior is this. It was my thinking that I'm the best, I can close anyone, I can't learn anything else because I've already done it, so I can do it again. And that delayed everything. There's two types of people in this world. There's one that walks into a room and says, I'm the smartest in this room. And the second walks into the same room and says, I am nowhere near the smartest person in the world on this given topic. I'm good, but I'm not the greatest. I have more to learn. And that is exactly what separates the people who finally reach the levels of success that everybody dreams of versus the people that don't. And it starts here. And I'm not a woo-woo mindset guy, but I'll tell you this, is that every single person that has achieved multiple 7 figures a month kills the version of themselves that feels as though they are the greatest. That's the first step. Because when you leave that person inside your mind to fester, it only acts as an infection for your future self. Because it's a tumor that grows over time that you now have to cut off. And it's a lot harder to cut 6 months down the line, year down the line, rather than just cutting it now. If there's one thing that I want you to take away from this short video, it's you need to be the person that's always learning. There's 2 sides of that. There's one that says internally, you're always growing your intelligence. The second part of that is that when other people see you as somebody who's consistently in a state of learning, they respect it and they perceive that as extreme intelligence. Don't be the person that walks into a room and says, nobody can beat me. Because the only thing that does is it inflates your ego and it puts a pause on your ability to reach that next level, whatever it may be. Because I'll tell you from firsthand that the experience and the feeling of being so stagnant for any ambitious person is one of the worst feelings you can possibly go through. There's no external factor that causes you to stop being able to pick up a book or talk to somebody that has a little bit more knowledge in whatever field you're in. Or hell, even pick up Claude, learn from Claude, it doesn't matter. The only thing stopping that from happening is you. And that starts here.